Hello everybody, it's Carrie and welcome to another video. So in today's video, I'm going to take you guys along like a normal day in the studio. We have a few things that I need to finish up today. I have a pattern test that I need to finish up. I need to send off some documents and everything because of my secret project that I am working on that's not so secret. If you're part of the group or if you've been watching this channel for a long time, I feel like everyone can kind of like piece it together what it's gonna be. But I need to finish sending off some documents because I'm kind of in this stage of like trying to finalize some things with the money aspect, and like once I can finalize the things I can hit the ground running, but it's like I'm still trying to finalize things. That part of it has been a pain in the butt. I cannot wait for it to be done. So I need to send some documents over to the bank this morning and try and get things hopefully solidified by the end of the week would be amazing. It is the 28th of January, so what is it, like Tuesday or something? And basically this morning is 8:37. I finished up with my barn at about, I don't even know, what was it, like 8 o'clock or something, and I need to finish editing a video. I have been so behind on videos and I think I have just been putting it off, and I feel like I'll record a ton of stuff for like a weekly vlog or something. I'll record so much footage that then I feel like by the time it comes to editing, it feels so daunting that I'm like, I don't really want to edit this because then it ends up being like 60 minutes long. So I'm hoping, let's see how this goes, that maybe I can do a ton of like shorter vlogs where you focus more on like a day or something, and maybe that will work out a little bit better for me because definitely I feel like the big huge videos are so daunting to edit, and sometimes I pass out while I'm editing, guys. Like I typically will either edit first thing in the morning, but it's been so cold here in Georgia that the buckets and everything outside have been freezing. When the water freezes outside, I have to go outside and break everything up with my hammer, so it always takes so much longer. So then in the morning I haven't had time to edit any videos. So then I've been working on editing late at night before I go to bed, but you know, if I start editing at 9:30 and I'm usually trying to be in bed by 10, if I'm really tired, which I always get like 10 times more tired with the cold, I will literally pass out. I have videos of me where I just like will actually be editing like vlogs and stuff with my eyes closed, like I'm halfway asleep. Basically this morning I'm gonna finish editing up this really short video. I try to make it simple and sweet, and then I am gonna be working on finishing up this rose order. So I have 6 completed roses over there. I have the parts for all of these roses here. The last thing that I personally need to do is I think I need to make 3 more rose bottoms and then 2 leaves, and then that's going to be all of the parts that are done. And then if you guys don't know, typically my mother, who helps me out with a lot of things with this business, she's gonna help me assemble the roses. I have assembled many flowers, but I don't think that is quite my forte. I'm not really a person who's really tedious on like small things like that, so she typically helps me with putting them like together, the stems, wrapping things. So I'm gonna work on finishing up all the parts so she can at least do that today. I don't think we'll finish all of them because I think we still have like 8 or something more roses to finish up, but we'll at least make a dent on it because like I said, it is the 28th. This order is supposed to be picked up, I believe, around the first week of February. So we only got a couple more days and I need to contact the customer and start to finalize the date to pick it up. Besides that, like I said, I need to contact the bank. I'm gonna do that because they open up at 9 and it's 8:40. And then I have a really big pattern test that I'm gonna be working on finishing up today. Let me grab the body, but you guys aren't gonna be able to see it all in the frame at one time. Okay. I think you can see it if I hold it back there. This is one of my larger pattern tests to date. I like have to hold it back here for you guys to see it. So I got chosen to pattern test a koi fish dragon. This is from the same person who actually did the jester dragons that I absolutely love. I applied to be a pattern tester and I got accepted. I was shocked. I knew that when I did it, I wanted to do black. Like I was very set on black because you guys know I'm a very dark color person. Navies, blacks, grays, deep blues. That's just a lot more of my vibe than like bright pastels, but I do work a lot in bright colors because I try and cater to the world, not to myself per se. And so I knew I was gonna do black. And originally I was just gonna do a little colors. I was gonna do like a black and a gray or something. By the time I got started, it kind of took on a role of itself, I guess you could say. And then it just got like way crazy. The color changes, y'all, are crazy. And I want to clarify, I did not do my color changes really clean. The reason why, like you can see, I've got some, you know, color things. But actually I did it more on purpose because when I was looking at fishes and I was looking at scales, I was like, oh, well, okay, they kind of have some scales where it's like in between colors, so I actually wanted to keep not the super clean color change because I was thinking it would fit in with the scales. This right here is the body. I had to like sew these fins on. This is one piece, arms, you have to do the fins on the back I had to sew on, and then I crocheted. And then let me show you guys the head. So I mean, this thing is massive. I don't even know how I'm gonna be able to sell it because it's so, like, I'd have to price it so much, and I feel like this is gonna be an attention grabber piece, but at the same time I kind of love it, and I'm like, do I really want to take it to markets and have it get ruined? I don't know. This is the head. I still have to do some sewing, and there's still 2 more pieces. So we'll have like a fin here, a fin here. So I need to finish sewing up this afternoon. I'm not going to take it downstairs, but I have the top fins, and this is 2 different pieces. You crochet, you sew this white part, and then we've got the whiskers. And when it's done, we will be looking like that. It's gonna look crazy. Absolutely crazy. But this will be for sure my biggest pattern ever. There is no denying that at all. Like, I think her other pattern, her gesture dragons, were kind of big for me to do, but this takes the cake. I think the body was almost like 80 rounds, and there's a lot of sewing, but I'm super excited to see how it turns out. I totally would do another one in a white and gold scheme, but I just don't know if I'll have the time, just because I feel like the last 2 days I've dedicated to this, and today I'll finish up the final sewing. And then I need to also get photos taken of this. This was a tester call as well of a lemur, and this is by, let me clarify because I don't want to say it wrong, especially since it's a pattern test and I want to make certain people can go support the person. So the creator is Sweet Fluffy Stitches, and this is her lemur pattern that I'm testing. So we got the faux fur, whatever, fox fur, I don't even know how you say it. And then I just need to get photos of this. I completed this 2 days ago, but it rained, and then it was super cloudy the day, I think, before. Today it is going to be sunny. I'm going to take photos of it this afternoon because I typically take photos about 3 o'clock. I feel like the sun is pretty good and it's not too crazy. So I'll also be taking photos of this to send in for the testers. And then besides that, I think once I finish up the koi fish dragon, I have a Leafeon tester call for Pebbles Crochet. I'm slowly creating an army over there of all of our patterns. I still need to buy, I think Umbreon and Eevee were the 2 that I need to buy and make, so that I'll have pretty much, I think, all of her Pokemon patterns, because I also did her Pikachu. And I have her Mew, and then I have her Sylveon and her Vaporeon, which I bought the Vaporeon, and I'm gonna buy the Umbreon and the Eevee as well to make. I have her Leafeon tester call, and then I should be, I think, caught up on all the tester calls that I had applied to. There's always more tester calls, guys. There's always... I think I really enjoy, like, the aspect that all of the tester calls I've been doing have been so challenging, and, like, things that I wouldn't necessarily just do to do. But I definitely want to this year because of me not doing the stores as much. I definitely want to push myself to just make more things, more variety of things, and just like I always say about like having a variety of items, I want to have items that really showcase my ability, I guess you could say. Like, I feel like I don't want to just have a ton of small stuff. I want somebody to come up and be like, oh my god, and I'd be like, yeah, I sewed this and I made the eyes and I did all that type of stuff, because like I painted this guy's eyes, and you know, I've been painting so many eyes. And if you guys are ever interested in eyes, my Etsy's open. I have my felt eyes, I have my painted eyes. I am hoping one day to be able to paint some eyes for somebody. I didn't get any orders, which was totally fine. I mean, I'm like the worst at marketing and doing any type of that stuff, and I've been so busy with like 20 other things, but I hope to one day be able to paint some eyes for somebody. That'd be really fun. I always paint them for myself, but I'm like, it would be cool to paint them for somebody else. But I'm gonna go finish up editing this video and then bank and then finish up the roses. So let's go. Alrighty everybody, it is now 5:13 in the afternoon. I of course didn't ride because it was super wet today, but I was kind of working through my afternoon stuff and I ended up getting a felt eye order, so thank you very much. This is a felt eye order for 4 of the variant A bluey eyes, which is the original bluey eyes that I made. So I made these 4, and that way they're gonna go off to their home basically the next day. I really try and get any felt eye orders, safety eye orders pretty much out right away. Order came in and I was able to get this done, and so I'm gonna package up these. It will of course be shipped tomorrow since it is so late tonight, but I wanted to show you guys what I know you're probably interested in seeing. You can't even see him in one frame. I told him a little bit back here, but the koi fish dragon is officially done. Look at him. I ended up doing, you know, of course, the black whiskers. I was a little bit uncertain about the side fins. I was contemplating like doing black, but then I think it ended up working out with the orange and white, the contrast and everything. And then down his back, he's got the fin and everything down to his tail. Ended up coming out super cute. I absolutely love it. Now this is a work of love. I'm gonna include a picture of me actually holding it, and it takes up like basically from my head down to below my waist. So it is a super big plushie. I actually don't have anywhere to put it. It's way too big for my shelves and it won't sit because the tail is stuffed. So I'm just gonna have to lay it somewhere, which I hate because I would love to like put it in videos, but I am pretty stumped on how to hang it or put it up. It's by far my biggest plushie. Like I think my biggest one before was her other one, and that one maybe comes to like right here. But I'm super proud of this. I love the colors. I loved black being the dominant color, which was always my plan. And if I happen to have time, I would love to make another one, but I was thinking white with like gold being the primary color. I don't know if I'll end up having time, so at least if I don't have time, I have at least completed the pattern test, because this took me like roughly 2 to 3 days of like crocheting in the afternoon and everything. So that's the hard thing about it. It takes up so much time. Now I think I'm gonna start working on a order that I had talked about. So this is for one of my little crochet horses. I have the 2 ears done, and then I think tonight I'll probably get started on doing all the legs and the arms. Luckily this is just a pretty much solid black horse. I'll go in once everything is done and embroider the white on its face, just because it has such little white that I don't really feel like I want to crochet it in, because it's always hard to crochet it in. The color changes with this particular one because I never know where I'm going to embroider the eyes. It changes by the time I sew it on. So I'm going to get the part started for that, because I want to get it done. I want to try and complete all of my current custom orders, but nobody's paid and nothing's really set, but I just would rather get it done so I can keep making whatever I want. So that's my plan. Finish packing up this order. I'm gonna find somewhere to lay this poor guy, and then I'm gonna work on these little black hose. What did you just eat that was so crunchy? Like, okay. Son, don't you say that's not home. Bye. Well, good afternoon, or I should say good morning, friends, because I didn't record an outro that night because, guys, I did what I have been doing. I started editing and I passed out. But I am getting better. Like, I feel like because I don't have any like crazy markets going on and everything, I am becoming a lot better about, like, I feel like listening to myself. And if I start to edit and if I start to fall asleep, I actually just go to bed. I used to, like, if I'd start falling asleep, I would get up and like move around a ton and try and wake myself back up, and then I would go back to editing, and I would just do that for like 40 minutes or until like 10-15 or something, and then I would kind of be like, okay, I feel like it's late enough. Now I'm getting to the point that if I start editing and if I fall asleep, and I'm not kidding, like I literally fall asleep, then I'll be like, okay, even though it's 9:20, I should be nice to myself. I should just go to bed. Like, it does leave more work for me to do, of course, but at the same time, I kind of am trying to give myself some grace because it's just the amount I sleep anyway. I get about like, what is it? I don't even know. I'm trying to be in bed by 10, but sometimes it's like 10:15. My alarm clock is also set 15 minutes into the future. When I'm going to bed, I try and be like, my alarm clock reads like 10:20. So I guess I'm like, we'll just say 10 for easy stuff. So 11, 12. So I get like roughly 6.5 hours. But I don't always sleep super well. I've never been the type to sleep fully. So I try and give myself some grace now that, like, if I'm falling asleep, I should just go to bed. We'll see how long that lasts. I might, you know, of course, change once I hit market season. But I don't know if you guys can tell, I did kind of figure a way to hang him up. I'll take you guys over there and show you. I also went ahead and pulled off my other big plushies that were like continuations from last year. So these are all new plushies I've made, pattern test. I have to tag everything. But I did figure out how to put him up next to my lights. I just had to push his tail through there and then lean him up against the lemur and put his arm like that. So I'm assuming as long as he has something to be propped up against, he will be able to sit. But yeah, this has been, I guess I haven't shown you guys, but I'm gonna be making a video with all the pattern tests anyway. But I've got like, these are all pattern tests, that's a pattern test, pattern test, pattern test, pattern test. So yeah, it looks really cute. I love how it looks with my setup, and then I'll fill up that space. So it just kind of like didn't have, since I took everything away, I have that gap. But let me know how you guys enjoyed this, I guess, where we focused more on like a day or two-ish by the time I'm filming this, so we're technically for 2 days. Let me know how you guys like it. It's definitely a lot easier for me to like remember to record, and it didn't feel so daunting. So I actually think I'm gonna be recording another one probably right when I exit off of this one, but because of the fact that I have decided to write another pattern. It has been a hot minute since I've written a pattern, guys. It's not done, of course. I still need to do the tail and I might change a few things. I feel like I might shorten something. I don't know, I kind of like it. I don't know. I think I'm gonna make it in Premiere too and then add some more color changes, but of course this is just a nice standard horse. Yeah, I do kind of think it's cute though. I feel like maybe I could change something. I don't know, but it's cute. So I'm trying to write a pattern primarily because your girl has a very expensive loan I'm taking out from the bank. If you know, you know. If not, I'm gonna have a whole YouTube like series that will be coming out. But essentially, I'll tell you guys a secret because I can't stop. I can't hold secrets that long, and it's not really a secret. I am working on finalizing the whole yarn manufacturing thing, but there will be more videos. I'm like chronologically like recording everything between like getting money, samples, but yeah, the yarn is actually I think gonna happen tentatively. We're probably planning for a spring launch. I feel like maybe April, maybe May. Feels like really good, but it will be really fun. There's gonna be 12 base colors and it is the same thickness as Sweet Snuggles Light, guys. I actually pulled it off. Same thickness as Sweet Snuggles Light. It is a Chanel yarn. It's soft like the old Sweet Snuggles Light and it does not shed basically nearly as much. Like I'll have videos later on of me like pulling at it and I couldn't get it to break. So I'm really excited about that. But I need to write some patterns to help the expenses because it is extremely expensive, but I'm gonna put faith in myself and hope that I can kind of like really bring out my marketing side. But you know, if it doesn't sell, I can also use it. But I also don't think I can use 18,000 skeins of yarn that fast. So I'm gonna continue working on this guy, see if I like it, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!